everyone, I'm Kariba Divine, and welcome to 12 News Weekend. Every week, we take a look back at the best stories from our 12 News journalists. On today's show, new regulations have some valley shops in limbo following the latest THC enforcements. And then coming up later, we're heading out to ASU, where the Sun Devil baseball team is getting ready for the road to Omaha. But first, 12 News journalist Crystal Long is bringing us back to an Arizona gem in the heart of Enchanted Park, a place that's been entertaining for generations.
This charming amusement ride will bring out the kid in all of us. This is the oldest continuously operated carousel in Arizona, thrilling riders for more than 75 years in Phoenix.
Here we go!
My grandparents actually were on this carousel. My parents were on this carousel, and the tradition continues with my kids. Brings back great memories while we're making new ones.
The Encanto Carousel's home was once known as Kittyland, and now Enchanted Island Amusement Park. In between, the merry-go-round went on a ride of its own.
When the park closed in 1989 around, it was sold off at auction. It was bought by a developer and was going to go to the west side of Phoenix when a group of patrons that loved riding the carousel got together. They proposed a bid to the guy that won the auction that if they raised enough money, could they buy it back from him? So they raised the money and they bought it from him, and so it never actually left.
What makes this a treasure and a tradition in our community?
This is the only Little Beauty carousel, Alan Herschel Beauty, in Arizona. This carousel was built in 1948. During this period, they were half wood and half aluminum because all the aluminum was going towards the war effort.
Why are you passionate about preserving and protecting the Encanto Carousel?
I'm a real history nut, so I really like nostalgic theme parks, and getting the opportunity to care for one is just a great honor. We enjoy putting smiles on faces and seeing little kids take their first carousel ride or their first train ride or their first time at the amusement park, so we really enjoy it.
Go Cowboys!
And everyone has a favorite horse. Why this one?
Because it kind of reminds me of Batman.
Yeah!
This is the Arizona horse, and it is my absolute favorite. In Enchanted Island in Phoenix, Crystal Long, 12 News.
Say hello to desert snowboarding. Who knew that it would be hard to find a place to snowboard in Phoenix, Arizona? But we found the only spot in the valley to practice for the powder. AZ Snow Zone.
Very rewarding in the sense that, people finally actually believe that I'm a real company.
Once upon 2 winters ago, owner and Scottsdale local Josh Sinclair broke his wrist and couldn't handle not being able to board, which got him thinking about bringing the ski bum life here to Phoenix.
I did a backyard setup lookup, and it was too hot, so I took it one style up and found a warehouse to get AC and put it inside because, off season, so it's our summertime.
And weeks before it opened, 12 News got a tour of the facility.
So this ramp will be like a kid learner ramp. Essentially, you'll go up with the kid and, essentially just kind of walk them down as they're getting their first steps on skis, and then they'll figure out if they want to ski or snowboard.
And when you're ready to take things to the next level, you can use the trampoline for flips or hit some rails. And then, of course, the big ramp. The whole setup can move around for certain skill levels.
Ideally, I want to help beginners because it's hard to be a beginner and go up to snowball. You have to pay all this money. They might not even like it too. The cold weather too.
So instead of snow, they have this special turf called mushroom dry ski to give a similar feel.
Wax on, wax off.
But thankfully, it provides a forgiving fall.
It's not powder. It will never beat powder. It will never beat slush. But when, that's gone and it's only ice, this is the next best thing.
And these shredders love all the reps.
Yeah, this is my first day doing it, and I wouldn't have tried a trick on the mountain that I would have here, like a 180 pretzel out. I wouldn't have done that. The progression you get is really good. So then once you're ready here, you go up there and then you really show out.
Josh tells me there are a couple other places like this around the country, but he's the only one using dry ski in a park setting.
And if it's experts, I'll bring more stuff out like this. I have a bunch of rails, 20-footers, 15-footers, boxes, pipes, the whole shebang.
In Phoenix, I'm Troy Lynch.
Valley Bookmobile needs the community's help. Barrio Bookmobile is a donation-based program that brings books to children in underserved Valley communities. From preschool students to teens and young adults, the program's founder says that they have something for every kid out there.
They first come in, that's when it hits them. The same way that it hit me when I was a kid. You know, they come in and they see shelves and shelves full of books, and they're just like in awe.
That does sound so fun, like so much fun there. But, you know, running the Bookmobile is not without challenges. Gonzalez says that it's required thousands of dollars in repairs just in the last year alone. He hopes to install air conditioning so that the program can run even in the hot summer months when kids aren't in school.
Kind of a Johnny Appleseed approach. We just go out there having faith that, you know, that some kid out there who comes through our Bookmobile will find just the right book and you know, become a lifelong reader just from the one book that they picked in the Bookmobile.
Coming up, meet a local social media celebrity with more than 1 million TikTok followers. And get this, she's only 9 years old.
Just weeks after her conviction,
Guilty.
Lori Vallow Daybell prepares for her next trial in June. She's already been convicted 3 times for killing her 2 children and for the death of her former husband. Now, she's back, acting as her own attorney again in her second murder conspiracy trial. 12 Plus will stream daily gavel-to-gavel coverage of the testimony when it begins in June. Download 12 Plus now on your TV and watch for free.
Meet Emily Johnson from Goodyear. She loves to play sports, dance, go to school, and hang out with her family and friends, like most kids her age. But let's just say she's not your typical 9-year-old. In fact, she's quickly becoming a local celeb. She's now one of the top social media influencers in Arizona.
I'm locked in.
Get this, at just 9 years old, she now has more than 250,000 followers on Instagram, 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, and on TikTok.
We just hit 1 million.
Managed by her mom, Emily first started doing videos when she was 5.
My brother, he got boba and then I wanted to try it, so I tried it and we started making videos out of it.
It went viral.
Or more.
And after they shared that first video,
And it's just a drink.
they kept going, creating more and more content.
I wanted to keep doing it.
Now they're incorporating just about everything Emily loves.
My mom, she films me doing basketball and track. All my drills.
And her parents couldn't be prouder.
A gift from God.
Anything she puts into, she just succeeds, so all her.
It's just amazing to see how far she's come from crawling to the point where, you know, she's doing amazing in basketball and track, and then social media star.
Most recently, Emily and her family were invited out to visit Disney World, where she worked on some promotional content.
My favorite ride was the Tower of Terror, but it was kind of scary. I got little goosebumps.
And she was even featured in a national T-Mobile ad campaign that ran during the Super Bowl.
Shocked, I was like, that's me? How did I get on there? That's me? Oh, okay.
Trisha Hendricks, 12 News.
Willie Bloomquist said the way the Sun Devils ended the season was a double bogey on 18. But now that they've been given a second chance at a playoff, ASU Baseball feels relieved and reassured. Sun Devils felt all along they belonged in the tournament, now able to play free and easy after ending the regional drought.
Thought we had a shot a couple years ago. The last couple years have been very close, but haven't cracked through the door, and now we are. I just think this is hopefully a sign that the program is moving in the right direction.
Right direction now, but a wrong turn recently. ASU's end-of-season swoon almost cost them a chance to dance. The players say they've learned their lesson.
The way the conference tournament went, we know that that's not the type of team we are.
Understanding that we get a little redo after a bad finish.
It's behind us, and we flushed it. I mean, I have a bad memory, so I'm already starting to forget about it.
Outfielder Can Vu taking the amnesia approach, while second baseman Kyle Walker digs into the memory bank. He was in a regional last year with his former team.
It's going to be the biggest game of your life so far, so however you want to take that, you know, go in there, have fun, most importantly, and play your hardest.
No need for pep talks with the seniors. Jacob Tobias waited 4 years for this.
Almost a little emotional just because it's like we did it finally.
Bloomquist said the burden was heavy, but everyone is better for it.
We can relax and go play our game hopefully now and make a run at this thing.
Bloomquist shied away from naming a Game 1 starter, perhaps a strategic tactic, so there's some mystery for UC Irvine. Ben Jacobs has been the Friday night guy all season, but Jack Martinez has experience pitching on this stage. Either way, Bloomquist said he doesn't believe in saving arms and has no problem emptying the tank in Game 1. At Phoenix Muni, Jake Garcia, 12 Sports.
How about taking a splash at the Wigwam?
Oh, we love it here.
The main attractions, the pools, championship golf courses, plus pickleball and tennis courts. And during the summer, Sales and Marketing VP Jason Bossenberry says there are plenty of activities.
So whether it's, some crafts and jewelry making here on property to games at the Wigwam Bar in the evening, it's really just there's something there.
But what makes the Wigwam truly one of a kind is its rich history, dating back to 1918.
It started off as an executive house for the Goodyear executives to come and check on the cotton fields here to be able to incorporate that into their tires. And it just over the years evolved, and they would have more families and friends coming.
In 1929, the Wigwam officially opened its doors as a resort. And one thing that's never changed, their cozy and intimate vibe once you step inside.
This room is actually one of the original buildings that was built over 100 years ago. This fireplace is also a signature original piece. And the window design over here is actually modeled after the Goodyear tire tread.
After all these years, the Wigwam has kept that homey feel with just 331 renovated rooms. And this year, for their summertime and sunshine package, the average summer rate is $169 a night. That's more than $150 off. And it includes a $75 resort credit that you can spend towards their amenities, like the Le Mans Aveda Salon Spa, where you can soak in a couple's treatment room. And
what's new this year at the Wigwam is this beautiful sound lounge. What do you do here?
Isn't it incredible? So this is an enhancement to Le Mans Aveda Salon Spa experience at the Wigwam. And just imagine, so these are zero gravity chairs, right? And you have the vibrations of the sound coming around you, and it's a great enhancement to almost massage your spirit and your mind.
Or dine at Litchfield's and savor their signature dishes by Executive Chef and Food and Beverage Director Christopher McLean.
So this is freeze-dried honey from New Zealand?
Yes, that's Manuka honey, which is some of the best honey you can get on the planet. And we use it for so many applications here. I have a cocktail that uses local honey as well, and I rim the glass with that. We also make a delicious ice cream with it, and we actually won a gold award for that, a gold medal.
And the best part, kids eat free.
And if you don't want to spend the night here, well, you can always get a day pass.
The resort pass is $50 for adults and $30 for kids. So whether you want to stay the day or night, you'll have a fun and relaxing time during the summer at the Wigwam.
When shops heard they could be hit with a felony for selling hemp,
definitely had to take everything off the shelf.
They got rid of all of it.
All right here where the empty spots are at is where we would have all the products at.
Joanna Mataron is the manager for Mainon Mill Smoke Shop in Tempe. While hemp isn't her top seller, it does bring customers.
Elderly people, for pain, and veterans, people that don't like actual THC. I mean, we had creams, we have tinctures, we have edibles, definitely very popular.
Now, that's all gone.
We definitely lost those few customers that we had, for sure.
She isn't the only business. Shops like Wake and Bakery on Mill that serves hemp-infused products also had to stop, putting up these signs for customers.
We've been here for 30 minutes and we've seen one person walk in.
Tina Ullman is the CEO for the Grow Up Co-op that helps market and sell these products. Her business is also at a standstill.
I personally have lost every single client. I've had to lay people off.
It's all in response to Attorney General Chris Mays going after any unlicensed business for selling products that have THC in them, saying under Proposition 207 that legalized cannabis in Arizona back in 2020 2020, only licensed and regulated dispensaries can sell cannabis-infused products. However, these stores and their attorneys say they aren't doing anything wrong.
What is happening in Arizona is absolutely Prohibition 2.0.
Julie Gunnagle is one of the attorneys representing the Arizona hemp industry, filing a lawsuit against the state because of Maze's action.
This is a financially important case because there are about 8,000 jobs just in the cannabinoids that we're talking about, and it's about $300 million in wages that are at stake here.
Their argument is stores can sell these products. Under the 2018 federal farm bill, they claim unlicensed shops are allowed to sell any product as long as its THC concentration is 0.3% or lower.
Looking at the law side by side, I think they just got it wrong.
While this continues to go through the courts, these businesses are playing it safe.
It'd be nice to be able to have that for the customers that were coming here. You know what I mean? And let them feel comfortable.
Now, I did reach out to the Attorney General's office for an interview today regarding this. She wasn't available, and her office referred us to a statement they sent us a few weeks ago, which says, Arizona law is clear. Intoxicating THC products must be sold through licensed dispensaries, not convenience stores or smoke shops. Protecting children from potent, untested substances is a critical responsibility.
We had no idea what we were getting ourselves into.
The Arizona heat can sneak up on even native residents of the Valley of the Sun.
You can kind of cut the air with a knife in Ohio. It's not like that here. It's like as soon as you're sweating, it immediately evaporates, so you don't even think you're sweating.
But for newcomers like Megan Beednell, her very first hike in the Arizona desert came with plenty of surprises. A few miles into a late afternoon hike last Thursday to the Camp Creek waterfall, she and her friend became lost, dehydrated, and overheating. Their phone batteries drained, cell service completely gone. She put her drone in the air to search for any landmarks that could help orient themselves with where they were and help find their way back to the starting point of their hike.
It was really, honestly, the only way that we were able to see where we had to go.
The pair spotted these transmission towers, a familiar sight from the direction where they embarked on their journey. They powered through the 103-degree heat, and as daylight waned, they made it back to safety.
Looking back, I feel like it was a naive decision, and it was very, very scary. We actually a few times thought we weren't going to make it out.
We had over 212 heat-related incidences last year. We're up to 22 this year already.
Scottsdale Fire Captain Dave Folio says in order to lower that number, the earnest must be on the hikers, whether they're from the valley or not.
Have a plan, hydrate the night before, wear a hat, sunscreen, comfortable shoes, and just start early and end early. That's key.
Steps Megan wished she had taken. She's now sharing her story in hopes of educating others on the dangers of hiking in the heat without being prepared to do so beforehand.
I literally did not understand until it happened to me.
You know, when something like this happens, you've really got to start thinking fast.
What started as a pleasant flight Friday morning to Chandler for breakfast became a textbook emergency landing for pilot Jim Stark and his neighbor Pete Biddle.
Well, when we took off out of Chandler, it just didn't sound right, and then we got near Gila Crossing. The RPM was dropping. It just wasn't doing anything at all.
Stark and Biddle were flying at around 2,000 feet, still several miles away from their final destination at the Goodyear Airport. Losing altitude, Stark had only minutes to find a place to put down his Cessna 172, and the only thing on his mind?
Just get it on the ground in one piece. That's the answer.
For most people, this would be terrifying, but Stark and Biddle kept their cool. They've both lost engines before.
Well, you just got to find some place to put it down, but there's enough dirt roads out here that you can always find something.
The two debated flying to Payson this morning, but sure are glad they didn't. Stark set his eyes on this dirt road and landed safely.
Yeah, landing was a little rough. The dirt strip was a little rough, but what the hell? We were just happy that we were down.
No injuries and no damage to his plane, other than a mechanical issue which caused engine problems. Stark thinks fuel leaking from the plane's carburetor is to blame.
And it's a jewel of an airplane. I've never had a bit of trouble with it ever. And now here we are, parked in a bean field out here.
Despite the dusty detour, these friends say what happened won't keep them out of the skies for long.
Jim is one hell of a good pilot. He did one outstanding job landing.
Little did they know they would arrive back to the Goodyear Airport in the back of a 12 News car.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thanks everyone for watching, and a reminder, new episodes of 12 News Weekend premiere every Friday on 12+. You can also watch past episodes on the app as well. Download 12+ for your Apple TV, Fire TV, and Roku, and you can watch us for free. I'm Kariba Divine. Have a fantastic rest of your weekend.
(1998), the year the Valley of the Sun changed forever. America's pastime, rooted into the identity of our Sonoran Desert. 12 News has been there for all of it, telling the Diamondbacks story, from the All-Stars to the championships to the impact on our community. Now the next chapter awaits.
The Diamondbacks play right here on 12 News.
Catch select games as we continue telling the Diamondbacks story. 12 News, your new home for D-backs baseball.